Hello everyone, I'm Old Soul Rathael, and allow me to welcome you to RimWorld. Right away, if you'd like to skip all the setup and get straight to the landing, there will be a timestamp down in the description. For those of you who don't know, RimWorld is a low-population colony sim with a heavy focus on storytelling, individual characters, and a fair bit of combat. With the focus on storytelling, I decided for this series, instead of going with a default scenario like Crash Landed or The Lost Tribe, I'd try my hand at making my own story. This is the story of the 3 exiled researchers. Despite the appreciated usefulness of bionics and vat-grown organs, the crew of the latest research vessel was uncomfortable with your team's enthusiasm towards altering, improving, and replicating the human form. When word gets out of your efforts to regrow a dead crew member, your team is forced to flee the ship before the deceased's comrades find a way into your lab. While you save some of your most useful research and some packed worker droids, you lack practical supplies for surviving alone on the RimWorld you are forced to land on. This is based heavily on the Crash Landed scenario just because that's the easiest to work with in my opinion. But as you can see, we've got a long list of techs we're starting with, and we have a few less supplies than the Crash Landed scenario. As for my storyteller, the AI that will be deciding the pattern of the otherwise random events, I will be going with Cassandra Classic, just because I like her patterns and pacing. She doesn't go too long without any interesting events, she's not completely random, and she doesn't focus on smaller events. I will be going with the Strive to Survive difficulty, just so I have to work for my progress. And I'll be going with commitment mode, so every time Cassandra decides one of my characters loses an eye, I don't feel the urge to reload the save. As for the world seed I will be using, we're just gonna go with Freddy. We're going to see what that gives me. I will put it on 50% globe coverage, and I'm not going to mess with any of these sliders because the changes are either not extreme enough or a little bit too extreme. There doesn't seem to be a good happy medium for me. And here is the half a planet we have to work with. Right away, I would like to address 3 factions you may not recognize. First off, we have the Shattered Empire. This is the faction included with the Royalty DLC. For those of you familiar with the game Stellaris, they're essentially a fallen empire, but less successful. I have 2 modded factions here as well. The Ratkin Kingdom, there's not a whole lot to say about them, they're just kind and peaceful rat people. Then we have the Android Enclave. I haven't had many interactions with these people, with the androids, but for the most part they seem to be a lot like the Civil Outlander Union. They're generally kind, they want to get along, they're just trying to survive. Now, I'm gonna take a look around this map, find a good place to start, and explain why I've picked the place I have. Alright, I have found my starting area. Down here in a boreal forest because I wanted to start in a cold area that was not too extreme, and it's right where a dirt road and a river intersect. I want to use the river for power and maybe fishing, and the dirt road will make trading with people a lot easier once I get that far. This particular location has a lot of nearby factions I can interact with. It has 2 Ratkin settlements, some of the Shattered Empire, a few tribal encampments, and down the road a bit farther we have both Outlander unions I can trade with. The pirates being close is honestly kind of beneficial because that means I'll have to deal with them. It'll make things more interesting, and they'll be a good source of items. Finally, it's time to go over the trio we will be landing with. I do already have a group prepared using Prepare Carefully here, so let me introduce you to them. First and foremost, we have Dr. Adrian Kwid. He was a child scientist who was arrested for trying to genetically modify himself, and later became a prosthetic surgeon. As for his traits, he has abrasive, transhumanist, and psychopath. I've never actually played with this because I've heard it makes certain things a bit too easy, especially what Dr. Adrian Kwid here is going to be doing. He already has a detoxifier stomach and a synthetic left lung, and his skills are less than practical. He's good at making things, he's a good doctor, and he's quite the intellectual. I don't want to put these numbers too high simply because I don't like starting with anything above 10 using Prepare Carefully. That feels a bit too cheaty. Next, we have Dr. Quinn's loyal assistant, Cecilia Coriander, a Ratkin woman. She went through her childhood as a student, and eventually became Dr. Quinn's assistant, still trying to learn human science at every opportunity. She is a kind, transhumanist, heavy sleeper. These are all pretty self-explanatory, but just in case you'd like to read them. She currently has no augmentations or injuries, so transhumanist is unfortunately a penalty for her at the moment. And she has a few more practical skills, mainly cooking and dealing with plants. She's also the social one of the trio. She's a bit better at talking to people, being the assistant that has to convince people to go through with Dr. Quinn's experiments. Lastly, we have the Bodyguard, Matt Scully, also known as Goliath. He was a mercenary recruit from an early age, and of course grew up to be a bodyguard who was promptly hired by Dr. Quinn. He is nimble, trigger-happy, and also a transhumanist. He has a knee spike along with a surgical scar, courtesy of Dr. Quinn. He has exactly one practical skill, that being construction. He'll be very important getting set up early on. Other than that, he's a decent fighter. He's a good shot, decent in melee, and that's about it. He has no social skills to speak of, being a rather uncouth bodyguard. Now, with all of that out of the way, let's get to the landing and the last bit of story. Alright, here we are. Left with only minutes to prepare and escape, you managed to save a few critical research notes and a few supplies before scrambling to the nearest escape pods. With limited practical blueprints, lean supplies, and some basic worker droids you may not be able to sustain, you begin surveying the landing zone and preparing to pursue your goals unfettered. Let's see how the landing zone actually looks. Let you three get unpacked. We're gonna give Dr. Quinn our laser rifle, Goliath the auto pistol, and Cecilia the knife just so she's not unarmed. We're also going to immediately set them to deal with being attacked by attacking back. Otherwise they just run away, and that doesn't usually end well for them. So what do we have? Oh, we've got half a building here, less than that here. This might be a decent bedroom actually. Just add a few more walls. And same for that, maybe. That is awfully tiny though. And the animatree for this map is right in the middle of the dirt road. Interesting, I didn't think it would spawn that close to a building. What else do we have? Oh, we have a sealed building. I'll have to walk someone by that and see if it's dangerous or not. Then we have a much larger ruin. Interesting, I could do something with this. It looks like it used to be a set of dining rooms, perhaps. Might have to make it into one again. Got some caribou. Where's the river? There's the river. With a funky looking bridge I will have to make a bit wider. Got another ruin over there. Alright, so decent landing zone. Got a few of these steam geysers that are actually quite close together. And it looks like we have only one... Nope. Oh no, that's a hill. We're fine. Looks like we have only one structure that might be dangerous. We'll go check it out early. For now, let's hurry up and allow all of this stuff we landed with. We want to tell them that they're allowed to use this stuff as it is ours. Where's the rest of it? I knew I saw some close. Yeah, we have some steel over there as well. Alright. Let's make you into the stockpile right away. Just going to place down some... Wait, what's the... Oh, the animatree will be unhappy. I don't think we can do anything about that. That's in a very awkward spot. For right now, we're just going to make this the stockpile. Gotta try to keep its shape, though. Yeah, here we are. In here. There we go. Make that the door. Chop down the trees around it, and clear it out. The start of this is going to be a little slow, but I definitely gotta get this stuff set up right away. Alright, so this is the stockpile. Make sure, yep, they're going to roof it. And I need to remember to claim buildings like this, so that Goliath will actually repair them. Alright, stockpile is set up and enclosed. So now we can get stuff out of the weather right away. And these are steel walls. Well, this building's definitely temporary, because I see no reason to leave steel walls standing when I could use the steel for other things. We've got fertile ground right here, huh? Yep. And of course it intersects the road. That's a bit of a problem. But we can start growing right there and right here. So Cecilia's going to be busy right away, being the only one who's any good with plants. While they're doing this, let's set up my priorities, because these need to be manually controlled, otherwise they will get me in trouble. Let's see now. We want basic turned up to priority 1, because if I tell them to flip a switch, I need it done immediately, not whenever they feel like it. We can leave those on. Yep. I want cooking to be a higher priority than warden. Grow and plant cut should be fine, actually. I also want to put you two on plant cutting duty as well. Alright, the rest of this looks just fine. Let's get my growing zones set up right away. Yeah, let's use this. This will make it easier. Let's just make this all one big zone. It's kind of a funky shape, and it doesn't seem to have quite enough room to justify 2 zones. And we'll set this up as... well, let's set it up as rice. Rice is a decent crop to start with. Yep, they're getting stuff cut. Orders. Get all these chopped. Just these. And of course the trees in the grow zone. Nope, Cecilia's already taken a nap. Cloud watching, alright. Fair enough, it was kind of a rough ride getting here. Now, while they're here, while they're in the background just getting this stuff set up, I'd like to go over a few of the goals I have for this run of RimWorld. First off, I do eventually want to get into cloning. It's a big part of the story, it's something I've never properly played with, and I want to see just what I can get up to once I have cloning vets and the like set up. I do want to do a bit more with androids and regular droids. Speaking of, let's set that up right away. You there. Oh, this needs power. Okay, we can make that work. And we can even use this building. So deconstruct these. Oh, steel columns, interesting. We'll move this urn. We'll just uninstall this urn, in fact. And we'll install the droid fabricator over here. Maybe. No, it's too big. I'm gonna have to wait for Goliath to remove those pillars. Alright, as I was saying, I do want to focus a bit more on getting droids and androids built, just because I haven't before, and they work rather differently than normal colonists. I do want to play around with some specialized bionics. Over here in prosthetics, yes. Specialized limbs like the drill arm and the field hand. They're pretty much what you expect from those. Literally a drill and a bunch of farming tools in place of a hand. And we have compact weaponry like Goliath's knee spike, and some skin hardening that I also want to play with. Basically, the goal of this is going to be perfecting my colonists in the most brutal ways possible. Super soldiers are definitely not out of reach here. Let's see, what's... oh yeah, I forgot. Some of my starting with texts require batteries, so I start with batteries. I guess we'll put solar panels on the research list to start. As for more specific goals, I do want to make Dr. Quinn into a proper psycaster. Because— oh, I forgot beds. Oops. Sorry, guys. Because of his psychopath trait, he can get the morbid meditation focus type. He can become a very different kind of psycaster. This is part of the royalty DLC, so I haven't played with it much, but I'm interested to see what I can get out of this. Then finally, another blanket goal. I want to end off with 0 colonists without any enhancements. I want everybody to have some kind of bionic or genetic enhancement. Now, we're gonna let them sleep, and I'll figure out what to do about sleeping arrangements when they wake up. Alright. Back awake, for the most part. Goliath's still napping. And we have a timber wolf that's a bit closer than I would like, but we'll deal with that in a minute. First, let's install this now that Goliath has cleared that room. And we'll get, let's see, classic decoration. No, classic furniture. Here we are. This entire tab here is from a mod from the same guy who made the Ratkin mod, so if you're interested, look up Gloomy Furniture. It's got a nice aesthetic to it. Let's see, where should housing be? Let's start with it over here. Yeah, about that big. I like my rooms to be at least 5 by 5 in the end, so... Yep. So that will work. And right now we'll just make it this size because we're going to go with a barracks. They won't like it, but it won't be sleeping outside. Of course, we're going to use some of these fancier patterned beds. Lined up like that. And do we have a different door in here as well? Yes, we do, but it's kind of expensive, isn't it? Yep. Right now, I can't afford to splurge too much. Every bit of wood I queue up requires Cecilia to take time away from planting things. Or just Dr. Quinn taking his time cutting down trees because he's no good at it. We want to clear out that room of plants at least. Out front too. And keep an eye on this timber wolf. We'll deal with the barracks first, then try to get this set up. Or will we? What do we need to power this? Do I have a good place to set up a wind turbine? If it's facing the marsh, then no tall plants can get in its way. Yeah, let's set one up right here. Then... yep. Take my power conduits. And do that. It probably doesn't need to connect that directly, and if it doesn't, I'll probably salvage some of the cable, but for now, that's what we're going with. Let it fast forward for a while, and I'll be back once I've got a bit more to talk about. Alright, here we go. The barracks is finished. Yep, it's rather dull, but it's not terrible. And it does have a cute little wall lantern here keeping it lit. We're almost ready to try out the droid fabricator. Now, I should be able to... yep, manufacture a worker droid. Yep. Pawn being printed info. Okay. So this is... oh, interesting. Okay. So this is the kind of droid we can make at the moment. A race of rudimentary, human-like worker robots, usually found toiling around in colonies around the rim which got a resident tinkerer. Not capable of sapience, however their relative cheap cost and ability to work around the clock make them valuable workers. I don't know why this is here. Oh. Okay. Apparently we can butcher them for leather if we get truly desperate. And it counts them as animals? Interesting. Oh, no. Okay. This is if they interact with animals. We'll see how that looks once we have a droid walking around. For now, I would like this to be a proper room. So when you get a minute, Goliath... Actually, let's make a wooden door there. And get rid of the sandstone door because that will slow people down a bit too much. I also would like a battery for this at some point. But that is not high priority. Oh. Ancient danger. Yeah, that's what I thought. This structure over here has something dangerous inside it, most likely mechanoids. Thankfully, it's a stone structure, so it's not flammable. There's no way this is going to get opened unless someone bombs it or I dig into it myself. As Dr. Kwid draws near the ancient wall, a sense of foreboding overcomes him. He isn't sure why, but he feels that this dusty structure may contain a great danger. So what is he doing? Oh, he's just going for a walk. How convenient. Ooh, hang on a minute. I want Dr. Kwid to go hunting occasionally. And right now, I would like him to hunt that. So if you would kindly take that out. Oh, he got a... Wow. Where would that first shot land? Oh geez, it went from nose to tail. Oh, good job, Dr. Kwid. Now we're gonna have to get some kind of kitchen set up to butcher that and cook that. Otherwise we will start to run out of food very quickly. The whole point of this scenario was that I had to get the basics set up very quickly. Otherwise I would be... yeah, I'd be in a bad way. I don't have a lot of starting supplies. Where do I want to put the kitchen? That... I'm just gonna have to deal with that anima tree making me think there's something very wrong. Alright, we'll put the butcher table there. And we'll do... where is it? Yep, and we'll do the Ratkin version, the gloomy furniture stove right here. Just because I do like how it looks. Get some walls set up. This will eventually get bigger and quite a bit fancier, but for now, we need basic structures. Speaking of, we're going to need more wood for basic structures, so get to chopping, Cecilia. Put you on fast forward again. Make that into a proper room. And set up a grow zone while they're busy doing other stuff. And finally, we got some music playing again. RimWorld's a bit funny with that. Sometimes the music plays, oftentimes it does not. Let's see, we want cotton because we'll need to make better clothes at some point. Certainly we'll have to get Dr. Kwid and Goliath some different clothes. Their clothes are identical right now, and they feel like they lack identity because of it. It makes them slightly unhappy. Now let's see. We'll just do another grow zone right here, and we'll do this, make this one corn, because corn is a very good crop if you can get it to grow. And right now, with fertile ground, I might have enough time to get a full crop of it before... Oh. Sorry, the seasons are all funky here because I'm so far south. Hopefully, I will be able to get that corn crop to grow before the end of summer and it gets too cold. Oh. You don't need to be worked, you do that yourself. Okay. Somehow, I wasn't expecting that. And I wonder if the droid will be able to get out. Guess we'll find out once it's built. There we go, Dr. Kwid's awake, and he's gonna eat, of course. I need a dumping zone. Just something to get all these rocks out of the way. Orders. All things. These things. And these things. Just clear the area. Uninstall this. Alright, that should be good for the moment. Now we want to butcher creatures whenever we have them. Do forever. And here we want to add cook simple meal times 4 and cook simple meal for when we run out of resources to do 4 at a time. And to make that a bit more comfortable for little Cecilia here, we want some simple chairs. Alright, that's the correct spot. Right now she's going to be focusing on cooking, so that tree's just going to be in the way. You also need to clear out the plants, otherwise that kitchen's going to be dirty and make people sick. Would you... Yep, cut plants. Would you focus on that plant, please, Doctor? What do you... Oh, you're meditating. Interesting. I guess that's just a pleasure type for you at the moment, huh? Sure is. Speaking of, I forgot the good old horseshoes pin. We'll set this up... And we'll set this up over here. Nearby the anima tree. The tree won't mind a horseshoe pin. Spoilage and freezers. Yep. Speaking of, I have power already. I should get a freezer set up next to the kitchen. How about right there? Going off sideways? Yeah. It's gonna be another wooden wall, which always makes me nervous. I have some very, very bad memories of fires getting started. Oh-ho. Alright. Machine Droid 0 constructed. Welcome D1-D6 Droid 0 to the colony. As a brand new machine, you should put them immediately to work. Do not forget to have batteries for D1-D6 Droid 0 to recharge from. I think these will work. Consumable batteries compatible for use for androids and normal droids. So what do you do? What are your skills? Oh wow. You're actually quite good at a number of things. You're good at building, mining, and plants. Also pretty decent with animals. This is more than I was expecting from him. From it, I suppose. We're gonna set you to attack things if you get attacked. Yep, no social because you are not sapient. Recharge energy now. Okay. So if I create a normal battery, if I build the structure battery, will that work? I guess there's really only one way to find out. We want you to firefight. You know what? I think I can leave you on default. I don't want you hunting. I want you to focus on plant cutting a bit more too. Yeah. Plant cutting and construction, those are your main jobs. Don't try medical stuff. Alright. This droid looks like it will be quite useful. And we have a visitor. A drifter from Error. That's an odd combination of vowels for me, I guess. She is named Cameron Mankin. She seems to have a few items to trade. Oh. Ooh. Can I buy your shotgun? And where are you? You're off that way. Alright, Cecilia. If you would be so kind as to trade with that person. We want to allow these chunks of steel now that we're a bit more set up. There's something else I wanted to do over here. Ah yes, there were berry bushes. Where'd they go? There they are. That took a bit longer than I'd like to admit. Alright. We'd also like to deconstruct this when we can. Build a copy of a door here. And we want some... Right, trading. I'll build some wall lanterns after I'm done looking at this. What do you have? You have medicine. I might want that. Ratkin crossbow. It's not terrible, but it's also not really worth buying, I don't think. It's got a bonus to hunting stealth, which is nice. I do like a lot of the Ratkin equipment, but I don't think Cecilia is going to be a very good shot. Her eyesight's rather poor. At least, that's the lore of her shooting skill. Alright, let's buy the medicine. And the rest of that... Yeah, I'm not too concerned about the rest of that. Now then. Let's build some wall lanterns. Wait. No, that's gonna be the freezer. Don't build that in there. Cut out the plants. And we want a cooler facing this way. And a special stockpile. This should be big enough for now. So clear all. Priority preferred. We want to keep perishable meals in here. We want all meats, animal products, vegetarian, yep. We want these in here. Actually, corn does not need to be in there. Corn takes forever to spoil. The rest of those want to be in there. And we want to put corpses in the freezer as well. Alright, let's get a conduit over there. Yeah, we'll just go straight to it. You can also use this one for the kitchen. Let's put our battery... Well, let's put the batteries right here for the time being. Attach the power conduit, and we'll need a small structure. You don't need to sleep, do you, droid? Yeah, you do not. Nice, okay, so he'll build into the night. That is very good to know. And we'll set the freezer down to 2 degrees below freezing, otherwise that room is useless. And we will set up another plain structure just to house this set of batteries. That will make it big enough for 3. There we go. And of course we want another door. There. Now we'll have a battery bank to keep things running when the wind is not blowing. At least that's the theory. For now though, I think I'm out of stuff for him to build. Oh, yep, and people already up. This guy is gonna throw me off so bad, because I'm so used to having everybody sleep and everything just stop for a while. And that droid is never gonna stop. I might have to get the other one up and running. That's a lot better than I thought it was gonna be. Okay, a bit of a confession to make, and probably a weird transition there. I hit the record button one too many times and had to redo this segment, so I did Alt F4. Don't worry, nothing really happened. It was just some building that I now have to do again, like this piece here. So, where was I? I definitely want to cut all the plants behind here, and I have one more building to do for this episode. I want to get a workshop set up so I can start cutting stone and some other stuff, just so I'm not building everything out of wood in a forest and just waiting for it to burn down. That's happened more than once in my games of RimWorld. Now then, gonna use this style of wall again, just because I think it looks nicer. We'll go right here. Yeah, about this long. Set it up like that. Actually, let's put the door on that side. Right here. That'll do. Build a copy of the wall there. Where are we? Yep. And cut all the plants. We want to chop down properly so we get the wood from it. I'm not sure if cut plants will keep the resources or not in the case of large trees. And we need... where is it? Stonecutter's table. Do we have... no, the electric Stonecutter's table is its own tech. So I'm gonna have to research that separately. We want a wall lamp, an electric one, because this building will eventually have powered workstations. And we need to get the conduits over there. We'll split it off from here. And just have it go across the road. So, has that droid used a battery yet? It has not. Oop. Mad rat. I can't say I'm too concerned. Where is it? Oh yeah, it's gonna run into the people with guns first. Yep, not worried. Continue. Oh, and we have a big patch of fertile ground there, too. Something to keep in mind. Come on, Goliath. I know you're trigger happy. Yep. Well, you got it. Good job. What'd you lose? Oh, you just got some scratches on your right arm. Yep, he'll rest in his bed. You know what, Doc? Go tend to him immediately so infection has less of a chance to set in. Infection could be very bad this early. And we'll cut down the plants here. And because we have a droid, we'll make another grow zone. Right here. Yeah, we'll make it this shape. And the rest can be extended road. What do we want to grow here? Can't grow heal... Can we? No. Oh yeah, we can grow heal root because of the droid. That's kind of silly, but might as well take advantage of it. Sorry, Cecilia, you're not going to help much with that particular field. Let's expand you. Very nice. Alright, we have an Arctic fox there. Not too worried. What else do we want to do here? The droid's in perfect condition, so we can use him to build through the night. Let's build a... Right, let's build a proper hospital. And it will turn into a spare room. You know, once we have a proper hospital somewhere. Get those cut. Haul all these rocks away. Another door. And some beds. There we go. And it will be bedtime for them soon. Yep. Alright, and with the 4th of December coming to a close, I think that's a good time to call this episode. We've got a lot done today. Lots of structures built. We've got a droid up and running, which honestly was a lot easier than I thought, even though I started with the assembly kits. And the worst wound we've suffered is a scratch on Goliath's shoulder, which appears to be healed already. Yep. All in all, a good landing. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for watching. If you're looking forward to this series, then please subscribe if you haven't already. I'll be at this for a good long while, and if I do well enough, I might actually make it to space for a change. As always, stay safe, stay sane, and I'll see you next time.